Hello, and welcome. Name's Derek, and I sell physical media on eBay. I make videos about that. Oh yeah, I'll pick up. Gotta get that. No, 7:15, 7:10. Look at that. Watch at 7:16. Stop the music. All right, hope I didn't go too far. So, I saw the answers, the guesses. So that tells me that either the people who left those responses just randomly jumped straight to the one point in the video and heard me ask that question or make that statement, or they listened all the way through, which is like 35 minutes or however long that video was. It was a little longer, and I did that intentionally because there's going to be a whole lot less people that make it to that point. So I'm not going to have a lot of responses. The actual, and I know the actual number, and I'm not going to say it yet, did go sourcing down there, wanted to go to 4 stores, but by the time we left half price, it was probably 30, 32 degrees. And when we walked out of half price books, it was 10. I mean, this is hours and hours and hours past, right? But it got pretty chilly, and then start going down the road and going to take a couple turns on some of these little, some of the roads I'm on, and the car will just start to slide because it just has a real thin layer of ice. So, got back to tell the story. Means I survived. All right. So went to Thrift World in Randall. Actually, transportation. Thrift World. Cedar Road. Nothing at Cedar. Half price books, and then came home. Now I had to actually turn around in the Goodwill parking lot to get on the highway, but they were closing. There was like 2 cars in the parking lot. And at Thrift World, though, so I did bring the phone out because there's a couple on here that I know I will need to. So books at Thrift World were $3 this time around. I got 5. Let's see what she charged. Yeah, I also picked up a couple other things. Or Value World is what it's called. I don't know. I think she just did like a half. I don't know. It's because I picked up a couple other like socks and a couple shirts. But so older. This is probably getting to the cusp to where it stops being worth it for these older price guides. So this is Beckett official price guide. So if I'm paying 35 cents for this, right, it's probably going to be, it might still be under that pound rate. I know the quarterback. I don't pay attention to football, but I know the quarterback from the 1997 season. They won. Green Bay Packers and Brett Favre. Right, so that's who that would be. I'm going to guess. I'm not 100% sure that he's number 4, but now I typed in Beckett price guide 1998 football, and none of these ones come up. Let's try that again. And I eventually went into Terapeak. Beckett. Let's see if it. No. 19. So now the keyboard's acting weird on this phone. And now my actual phone that I take out with me, all the typing and everything is working the way it did before I complained about the things that it wasn't working right a handful of videos ago. Beckett, Beckett. Beckett, 1998. Price guide, that's what it is. Every person who's going to put one of these up, that's what they're going to title it as. Football. Well, there's only a handful of sports that they use it for, right? So there's 40 football cards. I don't know why you could type in football Oh, that is football. Okay. So Beckett football card monthly. So I can go in here and I could type in a monthly, but none of these are showing the price guide. None of them. So now I'm at that $12, $15 mark. So if none of them are showing any sort of listings at that $12, $15 mark, and I'm going to pay 30 cents for it, it's going to tell me for some strange reason, there's not a lot of these. Or at least that are coming up with the words that I used. None of them. Beckett Football Card Price Guide, Volume 15. This is 17. That looks like a a bigger one instead of like a pocket size. $100. And then none of these other ones in here. I go in here, and this is just on how I go about determining on these little things. Am I going to pay 30 cents? So there is Beckett Football Card Volume 15. This is the 17th edition. Select all. Copy. And speaking of sales, I think I've had one all day. They just went again. I mean, my payout's going to be what it should be, above what it should be, but every day where there is a more than a couple is always good. So I'll go in here and I go price highest first. So I can type, this is a price guide, it's a book. All right, so these are going to like $20, but still not that book. So for 30 cents, can I list it for like $30? Probably. Will it sell for 20? In between there? Eventually. It's just like, I'm surprised that there aren't any of these that I was seeing listed. All right. So is what I'll end up doing for research for that more, I'll take out like football and I will just look at, see what 1998 price guides we're going for. And I'll take out 1998 and I'll put in football, which is going to give me a lot because it's everything but that year at that point. And I could just start hitting the hyphen and narrowing it down. But for 35 cents, will it sell? Most likely, and probably fairly soon. And so these are great reference points. That's why a lot of old price guides, I don't do a lot of old price guides. But some of them, especially when you get into the 80s and much, much earlier than that, because there's not a lot of those ones out there because they weren't quite as mass made. So one of the cards that I remember having, oh, it's football. I didn't do football. I did baseball. I had a 1989 Griffey Jr. So was that the one that was 311? Or was that like 92? I did cards back in the 90s. All right. This watermelon sugar. I actually thought that was Crosby. Is it Dave Crosby? Whichever. I thought that's who that was. Or Steven Stills. Either way. So watermelon sugar and love of the betrayal and take place in an extraordinary environment when the sun shines different. Okay, so it just looked cool and it has its ripped back. They don't sell for a whole lot. I mean, I'll probably get $12 for it. Maybe, but it's 30 cents, 35 cents. I mean, little worn. I don't think, but I think it's the first printing because I didn't see much of any other saying on which print. Yeah, so first Laurel printing, 1973. The original book looks like it's from 1968. But it's just one of those books that somebody wants to read on. I don't know. Either way. All right. So the English Catholic Church in the 19th century by Edward Norman. This one is from half price. Nothing I'm going to retire on. At $4, I remember telling, yeah. So this is like a $20 book. I typically wouldn't do that, pay $4 for a $20 item. I'm there, I'm waiting. This is one of the few things that they have there that I've looked up that stands a chance to sell. So I'll pick it up. I get maybe $20. When pigs could fly and bears could dance. History of the Soviet circus. So all I saw is when pigs could fly. Like, all right. I believe scan is like $25, $30. Might be more without the scan, but it's very, very specific, right? 1919 and 1991. So why is it that I scanned it? It's like $30. It wasn't coming up on the scan here. Bright with silver again. This is a reprint from revised edition. This is not 1953. I don't. That's way too good. The paper, the fonting and the spacing is not from 1953. I mean, even like this in the sheen that's on this paper, yeah. But either way, it's revised. They do variations of the book does sell, but when I'm paying 30 cents, it's like $15, $20 book. Wasn't really getting a whole lot, but these little $15 things that ultimately I'm making $5 to $8 on, they add up. Here comes the interesting one. Probably can't see that. Well, it reads the Vampire Hunter D, as in the letter D, Bloodlust. So I just saw that book sitting like that, because the shelf was on was too low for it. So it sit like that. Well, look it up. I'm over there looking up books, trying to find things worth more than $15. Let's see what comes up. Vampire Hunter. If you type in Vampire Hunter, you're going to start getting results for Vampire Hunter Survival Kit. They're out there. Okay, Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust. Blu-ray. If you're looking for the Blu-ray, there's none available. Vampire Hunter D. All right, go here. No, go here. Books. This is what surprised me. I didn't narrow it down quite like this. 60, 70, $80. So there's a bookmark. And then the art of, and this is it. This is the art of 95 for one, new other 60, 70, 80, almost 90 for another one. All right, there's no scan on it. I hit solds. At least it sells, right? So that's hand typed. 32 new other. I don't know if there are different years and different renditions. So you can go to copy. But yeah, I said in other videos, like one of these times and things start, improve, and I really want to help out more than I am. I'm going to see if I can cast whatever device I'm using to be able to cast it on a monitor, or be able to have what I have here, and then when I'm in editing, I could do all that. And like I would have to screen record all this as I'm going through it, and then just line it up and sync it up at that one point. But we'll see. All right, $2,500 it goes up to for just typing that in. Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust official movie-sized anime sketch. So let's go into books. And I don't think this is not that one. This is still $30, $40. And being that it would be undercutting everything that's there. Here comes the fun one. I've sold these before. I've had them before, actually, when I was telling my wife that when I found this, the last one I got of this right here, this Grace and Glory and Praise, was when we were in Salem, Ohio, Columbiana, Canfield, Youngstown area. From here, it's about an hour and a half from here. And even when we lived down like in an Akron or Kent, it was still pretty much an hour and a half. So that was our halfway point, doing a lot of traveling out to Southwest PA, where she is from. So, so that was quite a few years ago that I got one of these. So this is Glory, and these are one of those song books that, I mean, I do look at song books. Obviously, I just put a lot of like but 12 or 15 up of just ones that have been sitting around. But there are certain ones, like with a lot of stuff, that as soon as you see one and you sell one for good money, you're gonna rickroll yourself. You're never gonna let yourself down. As soon as you know what it is, you're never gonna give yourself up. Glory, praise, guitar. Glory, praise, guitar. Not a whole lot are going to come up. There's 10. This is not it. This is a lot of people will probably have these listed in like musical stuff. All right, so here's volume 3. Volume 3, and we can see here that these volumes go up to 80, 90, 100 bucks. But this is volume 1. It's not volume 2 or volume 3. And it's the guitar one. And there's like piano and organ and other ones that are for this glory and praise. And this is 1977. 3 have sold. Again, not those. Now, I have sold these before. Here, I'll just type in piano. And this is an accompaniment. Sold. Piano. So here's piano volume 2. And you can go accompaniment. Let's see. Glory, praise, accompaniment. And go right back into these 50s and 60s. Maybe they are all guitar. I think there's piano. I want to say there are. And 8. Keyboard. Okay, keyboard, piano, right? Accompaniment. That's not even guitar. That's just standard, just regular accompaniment. Keyboard. There we go, right? So they're going up to 80, 90 bucks. I may have sold one while I've been doing YouTube. If it was that blue one. Are you kidding? I didn't copy paste. So this could be with that. It's just one of those. It's the accompaniment guitar volume 1, which is strange for volume 1 for there not to be much, because volume 1 is going to be the first one of the set. It means it's going to be the first one printed. It means it's most likely going to be the one that has the most printings. Okay. Accompaniment 269. Probably for a bunch of them. 3 of them. 4 of them. 300. 3 of them. 220. 220, 170, different ones. So let's type in, well, I will, guitar. And the exact guitar accompaniment, well, there's a lot of them. 1, since this is volume 1. Keep coming up. 100 bucks, just under 100. 60, just over 70. So 70, 80 bucks. That's a long way to say that. 70, 80 bucks. I could probably get a little more because there's none less than I've sold. So I would have a generic stranglehold on it. Am I going to go real crazy over it? No. I'll put it up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be on sale and it'll fall at 75 bucks. And I'll eventually sell for that $60, $70. 35 cents. So some of these, Ernie Watts Quartet, I don't think this one came up. And CDs were $1. I think this one was only, I think it was more. Let's go through these ones that do come up. This is Rolling Stones, it's like 15 bucks. Rolling Stone Guy and Girl Groups Retrospective. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's 15, 20 bucks. That one's clean. Club LA, Los Angeles, I'm going to suppose, is Navidad Cubana. They had 50% off, so I could have gotten some CDs at half price for $1.50. for Christmas stuff, but didn't have any Christmas stuff that was really worthwhile. Clearance section, I will check all the time. All right, pre-owned, $15, like 5 listed. So to pay $1 for 15, sure. Sierra. This one is sealed, new, 23, $25. I think if it does sell. Not a whole lot, but it's definitely going to stand a better chance of selling new. When could I ask $12 for new? And the cheapest. Yeah, so there's 15 that have sold. 15 that have sold, and brand new is right around $15. Bridge Baron. I grabbed it. So I had a barcode. What's the worst going to happen? I'm going to spend 14 seconds between with it in my hand, scan and set it down. Bridge Baron 15. All right. This is Bridge Baron 18. A couple of them come up as Bridge Baron 18 for 23 pre-owned and $50. I did not continue with that, but I see that it is enough. It is a very, very there's 18 at least at this point, 18 of these. It's something that's made and people use a lot. At least at that point, 2008. Bridge Baron. Why can't you just figure out? It's missing the first letter. Why can't you figure that out? Bridge Baron. So this is going to most likely be PC something. World's best computer. Computer, 9 listed. Bridge Baron 12. Bridge Baron, some other Bridge Barons. Unless people put them in the wrong category or something like this, people would. But there's 3. Bridge Baron 25, 20, 15. Old version was $25 even. So for $1, is it $20? Most likely. Is it a little more? Don't know. Am I going to lose money on it? No. Before my time. This, interestingly enough, so this does come up. There's 3, right, but this is signed. I think 1 did sell. Yeah, 1 did sell for $11, sealed. This one's signed. Can I ask $15 for this signed? Where was I going with that? Oh, the lenticular cover. Look at that sound. And I saw, I want to say it was like Criminal Minds, or there was another TV series that I saw that was at the same store that had that same lenticular cover. But I know the series, like it wouldn't sell. Half price books. Oh, actually, so is this one in that one. So this is Prokofiev. It's classical orchestra. Comes up for like $20, $22, 7 listed. And 1 has sold for $8. But man, Derek, that's pretty. No, I bought it for the $2. And I'll put it for right around that $15, $17. Someone else will come in and pick it up. I didn't buy it for $2 to sell for $8. It's one of those, just got to list with the rest of the market. Every once in a while, you hear other sellers say, like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to list this one and just cut the market and it'll be gone. It'll be out of my hands. Things like that, that happens. I doubt it would happen for something this very, very specific, but it does. Yeah, I'm not going to spend $2 on something. That is an absolute break even if that was the point. If that was the only stuff that they had for me to do, was able to flip the same money credit money into actual tangible sale money, and after fees, if I were to get like 3 or 4 things or whatever it would be, and if I would make $1 on all 3 or 4 of those, it would be better that way than for me to get less money if I were to get a cash offer. Especially since they were giving me credit, and those places give you credit for stuff that you already have money vested in. So it's not like you're not in the mood of already losing money because you're taking these things to these places knowing that you're losing money, but you're getting something back. A little bit, that is like some massive micro processing, just like some scrapper recycling channels. It's like it's micro processing. It's just getting it down and dirty to try to get the last little bit of copper you can, so you can get that little extra 6 cents from it. Plus, it's fun. All right, this is Giorgio Koukl. Sounds like something that Roger Waters would say, except for that it's Kaos. Chaos. Koukl. Or. All right, so I tap this in. Drops of light. Nothing comes up. Drops of light. You hit the name. 61 results so far on CDs. 79 now. And you hit sold. And there's 5. Not a whole lot, but brand new for this artist. 25 bucks. All right, so this is brand new. So that one pans out pretty well. Where am I at on time? Pretty long video. Almost done. The other thing, paid $1. This is an X rental. I like these old textures shells. This one's been played a few times. It's still good enough, when I'm at the value world, thrift world, whatever it is, and at that point I've got 2 books that are not even 30 bucks combined. We'll say, yeah, at that point. I'm going to start looking at other things, and this one is enough. So this is Kiss Me Goodbye with Sally Field. Barely, well, the image on there is so... I was going to see what she looked like back. This has got to be early 80s. 1984. Well, 1982 movie. Kiss Me Goodbye. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the type in VHS. Kiss Me Goodbye. So 12 plus 7 is 19. 19. Only has a couple little stickers right here. 15 is the cheapest. Go down here. The 6 listed. Typing that in. Kiss Me Goodbye VHS. One is sold for about 20 bucks. So pay $1. Billy Vaughn. So this is an old Ampix. An old Ampix cassette. Of Billy Vaughn. A current set of standards. Dot Records. I don't know the year. I didn't bother to continue to look. I don't see a year anywhere. So this is a DTX. Might be a good end cassette. I don't know. Billy Vaughn. I'm making this video long. I mean, if you made it this far, awesome. I'm making this one long because as it looks right now, there's not going to be a what's sold video because it's only had like one other sale. And I'm not going to, at that rate, I'm just going to package everything up tomorrow morning that I made for today's what's sold video. Billy Vaughn. Current. Let's set. Those are common words to really show up in there. All right, so there's some vinyls in here. Sold. Nothing. So, all right, I kind of messed that one up. I bought an old Ampix. Well, cassette of Billy Vaughn, and I paid $1 for it. Actually, I think that was $2.49. And now I'm stuck with this $2.49 and none have sold. And we go in here, Billy Vaughn, highest. No one has a cassette. There's no cassettes that have come up or are sold. So for something this old, the title does sell. The album title and albums do sell. There's no cassettes listed. There's no cassettes that have sold in Terapeak either. For a collector of Billy Vaughn, here's an old, early pressing of a cassette of this. Cassette. Just Billy Vaughn cassette is what I'm typing up right now. Oh, well, it's already highest first. So $15-20. But it's, again, a title that's not out there. Or has sold, right? $20, $25. That's about it. And no, I think that one did turn out pretty interesting. And so it's basically beside the Praise book and that Vampire book, bread and butter quartet. All right, so Ernie Watts Quartet CD. Type it in. Prices are up there. There's some prices up there. $38, 30. Well, that's a lot. A lot for 25. Oh, here we go. Right here. Ernie Watts Quartet, 1999, like new. Okay, so it's like $20. A couple of them sold. No, more than a couple. 15, 20. Got my money out of it. All right. That's it. Keep on guessing. And put your number, if you haven't put your number in. I guess you could put it in today's video too. But it would make sense if you don't know what I'm talking about, putting in a price number in comments, and you'd have to refer to yesterday's video or this morning's video. If anything you're going up, comment down below, subscribe, share. It's all free. Help me. So we're going to help everyone. All right? Appreciate it. Thank you.